Give me some props this week. I remembered his milk. Now, hello and welcome back, everyone, to another episode. Hang on a second. I think it's a little too high. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of my big fat journey, where we had a little bit of a shocker or kind of foreseeable. I can't remember what I said and what I was predicting was going to happen next week, but lo and behold, we came back, right? Last week it was 1.6 pound gain. Now we lost 5 pounds this week, taking us only 1.6 pounds away from getting to 300. Little odd coincidence that we were up 1.6 and now currently a week later we're only 1.6 away. Had that weight gain never happened, we'd be right at 300 right now. But regardless, this is big. Was I expecting a full 5? No, but I was hoping. Because this means that Slim Fast is not the issue. Thank God, okay? Because if Slim Fast was the issue and I had to change up everything, I'm looking at either a huge financial issue or I'm looking at a whole journey of trying to find something new that I like. I was led on to Atkins, has apparently a pretty good shake. And I may try that one out at some point, just because I can, just to change things up. I've literally been on the caramel latte. I always want to say macchiato. I've been on the caramel latte Slim Fast Advanced Energies for literally years. Never changed it up at all. So changing it up might be a good idea. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to some numbers, okay? So we're only 1.6 pounds away from 300. We're at 301.6 pounds. And if we look further into the numbers, if we go back to our history and we take a look at these things, the last time, besides the last weight gain we had, the last time that we did not lose at least 1.6 pounds was back a month and a half ago, almost 2 months ago, back on March 7th. And that was at a 0.8 pound gain. So needless to say, essentially, if we're going to have a loss, we're pretty much guaranteed that it'll be over 1.6 pounds. And that makes me really, really happy. Not to mention the fact that we're at 173.2 total pounds lost. We're only 1.8 pounds away from the 175 pound mark, which is in itself another huge milestone. So I'm very, very happy with how this is going so far. Let's go ahead and I want to do some fun math now. Let's go ahead and make it next week, okay, April 25th. Let's put ourselves right there at the 175 pounds lost mark, right? I want to lose 200 pounds by the 1 year mark, okay? How many weeks does that give us? That gives us 13 more weeks that we would have to lose 25 pounds. Is that doable? Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. That is absolutely doable. Especially if we have a couple more weeks like this. This is the part where I'm really, really excited. At this point, I know for a fact it is impossible to do the goal weight by the 2 year mark and trying to get to 250 pounds. It's not going to happen. 275 on the other hand, that one is doable. So we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there together, and it's going to be really, really exciting to join 200 pounds in 1 year. I'm going to join that club. I'm excited. New things for this week. One, this is kind of dangerous. I can close shop at Walmart now and Meijer. So essentially my shirt size has officially come to a 3X rather than a 5XLT. And that's huge because I can go into Walmart now and I can look on the racks and I could be like, that looks cute. What would that look like on me? And I could be like, oh wait, they have my size. It's a weird feeling. Knowing that I can go into a clothing section of a grocery store or, well, department store, and they're going to have clothes that can fit me. Originally, I was getting to a point where I was being forced into places like DXL, where it's a place for oversized guys to be able to find whatever they need. And although I have massive respect for that store because they were a lifesaver when I needed them, it's very expensive to go through them. So going through Walmart to try and get some work clothes and to be able to shop normally again is a huge change, and it's very, very nice. Not to mention, clearance sections are a thing I can visit now, so that way I can find more clothes at a very much cheaper rate than what I've been forced to pay for quite some time now. And in time, we'll also be able to find some actual pants. I still had to order this last pair online just because I know what I like. I like my Levi Strausses, and I wasn't able to find them in my size in the store, so I just got them online. I know what I like. Another thing that happened was me and my girlfriend just yesterday. She wanted to do some late night pizza, right? And I'm all for it. I don't have anything against it. We used to do it back in the day even. So what we did this time, what we do now, I should say, is what we do now is I scrape the toppings off. And when I scrape the toppings off, I usually make sure that the marinara basically tries to stay on the crust. I can't get 100% of it, but I can get a good majority of it. And that's what really matters to me. So with that though, we were working on it, and she wanted the stuffed crust, right? Well, I haven't had stuffed crust in probably a year now, a full year. And I'm just over here like, you know what? I want to take a bite. I want to take a bite and determine if I can have one piece of this crust, or I will spit it out and determine if it's not worth it. One bite, and I spit it out after about 30 seconds. I tasted it, wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't a Pizza Hut one, it was a Papa John's. Okay, if it was Pizza Hut, I would have swallowed that thing. I would have eaten that whole crust. That is some good stuff. But Papa John's, I did not find worth it. And I had no problem telling myself in my mind, yeah, this ain't worth it. This is not worth the carb. Which I was very proud of myself because I was able to spit out every last piece of it. No carbs going in, but I got the taste to satisfy it, and then I gave her the rest of the piece. So I found it interesting how I can make that. Although disgusting choice, I still am mentally in control, and I don't let cravings take over what goes into my body. And another thing that I found interesting is I'm at a point where I'm having trouble figuring out where I fit in. And you might be like, well, what do you mean? Your life shouldn't be that much different. What I mean is I have trouble fitting into different spaces at work. What used to be too small of gaps between pallets, in between product, in between like maybe a person on a shelf, I would usually try and go through it and then realize, oh, right, wide load. To the point of where now I am able to fit in much smaller spots, and it's mind-blowing to me that I can now fit in this. It doesn't look right, but I can fit in this. And I'm having the same thing with my clothing. If I hold up my 5X, I'm like, oh my God, this is big. But then I hold up my 3X and I'm like, I can fit in that? It's a whole thing. I haven't had a gradual change into this. The change has been so drastic that it's hard for my mind to feel like these are okay. It's like, oh, this is awesome. But at the same time, it's very, very hard for me to realize that's okay. You can fit there. And it's going to take a while to adjust to that, I guess. What would it be the best word for it? It's just interesting. It's just interesting how the mind is still lagging behind, because I still am very much big, obese, and I don't really feel like I've lost that much weight. I can see it, and I can tell with my pains. It still just doesn't feel the same. My mind is not adjusted at all. I can be proud of myself, and I can look at these numbers and I can believe them, but I can't come to the terms that I'm not where I was. My brain just isn't accepting it. Maybe that's the best way of putting it. It's just weird, and I don't know what to make of it. Overall, though, this week was a great week. Kept on the diet, tried something new that might help, and just overall, this is just an easier week with the diet. The whole no night snacking thing and everything, it's getting easier at nights, and I like it. The one thing though that I added to my meals during the day is with dinner. Of all times, or maybe about an hour after dinner. It'll happen at one of those 2 points. It'll happen within an hour of dinner, or it doesn't happen at all. I add one of these to my day. Okay? And I add one of these because it's only 2 net carbs, it's satisfying, and it's chocolate. Most importantly, there's MCT oil in there, which, in my mind, there's probably no scientific evidence to back it up, but mentally, I'm thinking those MCT oils are going to help process what I'm eating right now and guaranteeing that I'm going to stay in ketosis. Is that factual in any way? God, I have no idea. I don't even know where to go to begin to look for that. But it did get us to a 5-pound loss, and it's something new that I started. Might be onto something. Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. But regardless, I think that's going to do it for this week, everybody. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for the continued support, and I'll see you guys back here next week. Good night.